Hey guys, it's Nick the Booksmith. Welcome back to my channel. And today I thought I would do a little craft with me project slash journal with me. So you know how I will put together pages in my journal, just different like art collage things that have to do with memories or what I'm thinking about or a great image that I find, or you know, that kind of thing. Well, this is something also that you can put in your journals and to kind of help you move you along, get you motivated to put in entries and that kind of thing. So the other day or was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, I released the kits that have the eco print pages and the marbled paper pages. So I'm going to use some of those just because, you know, I print all these things out and then I need to use them instead of just leaving them in a stack somewhere and forgetting that I have them, and then I print them out again. Do you see what I'm saying? See what I do? So I thought I would just use some of these up today. This, you can use any scrapbook paper. You can use just plain like tea-stained paper. You can use cardstock. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to use these pages. So, okay. So these are a couple of the pages that I printed out on the parchment paper. And I'll kind of show you what I'm going to make. I made this one out of the marbled paper that I printed out. And these are like little folios for the inside of your journals, or you can just, you know, make a little journal out of it itself. So I printed out two. So I printed out this guy and then I printed out this guy. And all I did was I took both pages, and of course your printer will probably leave a little trim edge unless you have one that prints, you know, full bleed. But I trimmed off the little edge and I scored it down the middle and I folded them, and then I took some glue and I just had the 3-in-1, but any tacky glue should work. You don't need a lot. You just need to dot along so that it doesn't shift. And then I sewed them both together, and I added some little sewn pockets on the inside, and I added some little tibbity-tabbities to the edge. And I have an a tab punch. I have one of these dudes, but you can cut circles. It doesn't matter if you want tabs, just make yourself some tabs. And then on the front, I have the Tim Holtz die that does the little book plate. And so I had punched some of those out, or cranked some of those. And I put it on the front here with a little notes label behind it. And so this could become a page in your journal. It could become a signature. So you could make, like, if you're going to make a journal and let's say you're going to have 6 signatures, just saying, you could make 6 little folios, and then each of them has pages on the inside. And then you could sew those into your journals that way. And then you could keep everything kind of separated and filed, kind of a thing. I don't know, it's something that I've done in several journals, and it's always, I don't know, people seem to like them, and it's a good way to keep organized. Am I gesturing enough for you today? It's been one of those days. Have you guys ever had one of those days where it seems like everything you do takes 10 times longer than it needs to, and everything you touch implodes? It's that day. Today, it is that day, my friends. So if you see me like at the grocery store or something today, just go the other way. Don't even, because I don't know what these powers would do to you today. It's just, It is like 3 o'clock and I'm finally getting around to doing this today. And this was supposed to be done like before noon. So if that shows you any indication of how my day has gone so far, it's not horrible. It's just, everything is, I don't know, exasperating. I'm like dropping everything, and I'm just mucking it all up. Okay, so let's move along. Enough with my sob story. So So I'm going to be attaching these two together, and you can choose what is up, what is down, you know, what's going to be the inside, what's going to be the outside. And you don't even have to double them up. I just like the way it looks, and it adds a little bit of structure if you're going to have like a little folio, a little file folder in the middle. If you decide to make like a full-fledged, like a journal, you can always like grab some cardstock, just some cheapo cardstock, nothing fancy. You can reuse an old file folder, whatever. And what you would do is they would get sandwiched. It would get sandwiched in between these two, and then you have a more sturdy type of a cover. So what do you want to do? Do we do a sturdy cover, or do we do this one? Well, I already explained to you this one, right? I mean, it's sewn together, it's folded in half, right? Okay, so let's do something a little bit more sturdy. And so what I think I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and attach this guy down to this cardstock. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you are staying cool. It is wicked hot today. Well, I mean, it's been wicked hot, but it's like, it's just barely June, and it already feels like, you know, the middle of July. It seems like every year, and I don't know if it's the same thing all over the place, but it seems like every year we get less and less spring and less fall, which are my, you know, my two favorite months, I mean seasons, which I know is very popular. Most people do like spring and fall because it's not crazy hot or crazy cold, right? It's, you know, it's like this nice middle ground. You know, it's a little bit of creamer in your black coffee. It's not, you know, not total fluff, and it's not total black, you know, bitterness, right? Okay, so I'm gonna kind of center that. You know, I'm eyeballing it, which might not be such a great idea today, huh? So anyway, back to my thought. See, my thought processes are too. It just seems like we're getting less and less spring and fall. It's like we get slammed into summer. As soon as it stops snowing, it's 90. Problems. So let me put a little glue on the back of this guy. You like my professional glue job there? Okay, so kind of center this little doohickey on the side. I'll do a better job than I did on the other side. Okay. Now you may sew around the edge if you like, if that is something that you you know, float your boater. But you don't have to. You don't have to. Not everybody has access to a sewing machine. Not everybody likes to sew. Not everybody likes the way the sewing looks. Throwing no shade, my friends. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is exactly 11 inches here. So our dead center is 5.5. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a teeny little spine so that I can fit some pages in. Is that copacetic? So I'm going to do a score line, a score mark on either side of that 5.5 inch middle thing, middle dude. Did I do it right? Oh, like I said, guys, it totally jumped and went to the next one over. This is my world today. This is my world. And now I'm going to fold them, and I'm going to fold them with the score line, which one of you lovely people told me to do because I was doing it wrong, which is absolutely no surprise whatsoever, because I was scoring and then folding it this way. And one of you, and I can't remember who it was, but you know who you are. Actually, it might have been more than one of you, said, you're folding it the wrong way. And I was like, seriously? And they were like, yeah, dude. I mean, that's exactly how the conversation went. So I'm gonna fold these. They say it's less stress on the paper to fold it this way. Who'da thunk? Who'da thunk? It just didn't seem reasonable. But leave it to me to do something absolutely totally backwards, you know. Okay. So now we have this little dinky little spine, right? But cute. So cute. So you can do it, have it this way. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have it this way. So you could. So anyway, I'm going to do it this way because I'm probably going to put a little like a plate, like a book plate or something. So here we are, and now we have to have. Let's go ahead and measure up some pages. And these are going to be 2 wide after they are folded. I'm just going to take a guesstimation here. You just kind of slide that in there. So it looks like we're going to have to take off about 1/4 of an inch so that or 1/8 of an inch. It's however close you want your pages to be to the edge of your cover. I mean, it's totally up to you, right? But I'll probably take off like 1/4 of an inch or a little less, just so it fits just in on the inside. So I'm gonna cut a few of those and I will be right back. Okay, so I cut down some papers. I've got 5 here, which means I'll have like 20 sides when it's all installed. And you are welcome to like take out your trimmer and true up the edges if you don't like how they stagger, you know. And there we go. Super cute, super cute. All right. Okay, before we sew these in, let's do something. So if we want to do like a little book plate, you absolutely, totally do not have to like have a Tim Holtz die, although they are fabulous. They are fabulous. And you know what? Somebody told me, if I remember correctly, that they discontinued it, or it's like looking for a unicorn or something. Is that true? Do you guys know? But I mean, it's not a difficult shape. You can totally cut that out of cardstock. Sorry, I'm wiping my hands off on a baby wipe. Or you can take just like regular cardstock, like I had a minute ago, and just cut a little square out and then cut a little square out of the middle. I mean, it's not, you know, they're both gonna look fine. So with this little book plate, I thought instead of using like Gilder's wax, because not everybody has the little rub and buff, most people can get Sharpies, and they make Sharpies in these gorgeous metallic colors, and they come in like a set. I have one of silver and copper and gold. And what you do is you can just kind of rub along the edge, and it kind of just adds a little bit of a, you know, gold shine to the edge of your book plate. Again, not necessary. It's just not necessary. I mean, nothing's necessary, right? Except for feeding your kids and, you know, paying taxes. But, you know, that's just, you know, adult stuff that we have to do, because nobody told us about that when we were, you know, when you're growing up. It's like they never tell you about taxes. At least they didn't when I was growing up. I took accounting, and it was all about like balancing your checkbook. They didn't tell you about taxes. Wow, that's a rude awakening. The government's going to take how much of my check? And I realized they have to do it. You know, you got to pay for school and roads and stuff. But it's like, you could have told me. You could have warned me. Right? Okay. And I totally like, wah, and went off the edge. So, sorry. So, let's see if we can get the camera to pick up. I don't know if you can see the little gold edgies. Can you see the gold edgies? Like, it doesn't even make that much difference. And then I cut a little piece of paper that will fit behind it, and then you could stamp something on that if you wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp the same thing I stamped on the other one, because knowing me, if I picked up that bag of letters, I would probably just drop them all over the place like I did 5 minutes before this video started. So I think maybe it would be a good idea if I just, you know, stay seated as much as possible, touch hardly anything, and maybe we'll get through this day and this video without too much drama. Because you guys know how I just love drama, right? Right. So I'm going to glue this little piece of paper onto the back of my doogie flumper here. Just like that. And then, throwing caution to the wind, I should have stamped it first and then like said, you know, pass or fail. You know, because that's what happens. This is my day, guys. This is what happens. You rock it like one teeny tiny little bit and you get that, you know, the line on the edge of your... It's quirky, right? It's quirky, it's imperfect, it's vintage, it's cute, right? It's cute. We're just gonna go with that. I meant to do that. Tell you people, tell you. It's a good thing I don't have any babies at home anymore. My poor daughter would be, she'd be a goner. She'd be a goner. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of center that in there. Just like that. Right? Okay, cute. And do we want some little pockets in the middle? Some pocket. Why do I come up with these accents? Okay. I'm just gonna get out some stuff I printed out earlier so I don't have to get up, because that would be bad. Oh, those are pretty. Let's use these. Okay. So just some scrapbook paper that I had left over from another project. Which is, I never know what's right side up in some of these things. Okay, so let's make some little pockets just because we can, because we should, because you'll hate yourself if you don't. You need to, you know, put something inside your book. Let's put this guy, I'm just going to line it up with the liner paper on the inside. And if you guys hear something weird, my cat is sleeping in her box on the floor behind me and she's snoring. She's wheezing. And here's this guy. So now we have some pockets, because you need pockets. Just like girls' clothing. We need pockets. I don't know what monster decided to make 99.9% of skirts and dresses without pockets. It was a man, I'll tell you that, because a woman designing something would put pockets in it. Boy, I'm just a whiner today. My goodness. Somebody tell me just to go back to bed. Just go back to bed. You're having problems. Go back to bed. Okay. I had a letter going out. It's like on the mailbox. Like, you know, you put your letter on the mailbox. And there is a substitute mail carrier today. He just flies right on by, does not pick up the letter, does not pass go, does not collect $200, nothing. Nothing. It's like, seriously? Tell you, it's not just me. It's like everything around me is, you know, going to pot. So I'm just gonna, why did I just do that? I don't know. Anyway, that's what they're gonna look like with little, you know, little pockies. Okay, let's sew these pages in. Let's do that. So here are our little pages, and you can totally fit more inside if you want. You could make your spine wider and just narrower. It would be so cute. Be like a little traveler's notebook size kind of thing. You could just go like, you know, 4 inches or 4 1/4. But oh, it'd be so cute. Why didn't I think of that? I don't know. I don't know, Nick. Why didn't you think of that? Because it's that day. Okay, let me grab some thread. This one's kind of pretty. It's got some variegated colors on it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it needs to be at least twice the height of your signature. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know where my awl went, my little pokey stick thing. Yeah. You tell me where it went. Okay, so we need three holes in your spine, and you can measure them out all gingerly and perfect if you would like. Am I gonna do that? I don't know. So let me get a pencil. Let me get a pencil. Oh, my kingdom for a pencil. Okay, fine, a pen. Fine. We'll just use a pen. Okay, so the width on this dude is 8 1/2, okay? So, which means that 4 1/4 is your center mark. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 1/4 is here. Which is right about there. Okay, bueno? Okay. Now I'm going to just come down from the top an inch, just to say we did. Oh, 1/2 inch. I'm gonna come 1/2 inch is fine. And 1/2 inch there. Okay. Cool beans. Now I'm going to take some kind of pokey material. Here's a bamboo skewer, because yeah, aliens came and abducted my awl. It's like, where would it be? Where would it go? You know, where would it go? I could use this thing, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna use this thing. I'm gonna use this thing because it has the little tiny 1/8 inch pokey thing. All these technical terms that I'm throwing at you. And uno más. Okay, so there's that. And I think I can probably just kind of line this up like so and such, right? Make sure it's in there the way I want it to be, and then just kind of mark that. Oh, and I put the thing on the floor. Now I need it. Okay. gonna have to make up posters and put them on the telephone pole at the end of the street for my pokey tool, my lost pokey tool. This is desperation right here. I hope everything's lined up nicely. Okay. Goodness gracious. The drama. All right. Now we have our little holes punched. We can finally take our thread here. And you can decide whether you want to leave your tails on the inside or the outside. I'm gonna leave them on the outside because I like the way that looks, and because these holes are so massive, I don't need to use a needle. So I'm just gonna thread these through from the outside, from the outside in, and thread this through the middle hole here. Then I'm gonna go through the top punched hole, maybe. And then through the top punched hole here. I'm just gonna leave like that much for now, just a few inches. Pull that down. Then this thing gets stretched all the way down to the bottom where we punched these holes. Can we thread all through all of them at once? Are we that talented? Oh, wow. Wow. We did it. Now, to get it through here is going to take an act of Congress, which I hear is difficult these days. I'm just gonna use the edge of these little pliers and just kind of, yay! Oh, just the simplest things make me happy today. So now you can kind of even up your thread, however it is that you want to do that, and just kind of pull it snug. And then I like to put where the tails that come out, one on either side of that middle thing. Don't pull it too tight or you just rip everything apart with your big old bare paws. And just make a snug little knot of some sort there, just like that. And you can cut these or leave them or put beads on them, or, you know, whatever floats your boat. So now we have a little booklet filled with lovely paper that you can write on inside. And it looks gorgeous. Shall we bead the ends? If I can find some beads that will go through this big old honkin' thing. Okay, so there's our dragonfly and our leaf. I'm gonna get some lightweight beads. I've got these little guys. They're like little green, kind of shiny, lightweight beads. And I'm going to string one through here, and then I'm going to tie a little knot. Like that. You can put glue in the middle of these if it makes you feel a little bit more secure that everything will stay on, right? I would use lightweight. I wouldn't use anything heavy. And I will tie this one. like so. And now take my little pin here and feed it through, and I will I will thread one of these bulb pins through this knot like that, and I'm going to flip it around. There we go. It's hanging off like that, and then this guy can go on this one, and this one will get fed through this knot. And now you have some little dangle wamples. Some little dangle wamples hanging off the edge here. And of course you can, you can go as crazy as you want to go. I know you guys want to go crazy. So you could take even more. There's a piece. You could take like this and thread it through the top one like so. And you can either hang more beads off of this one, or feathers, or whatever you'd like. You could tie a bow like I'm tying. There we go. Little bow and some charmy charms hanging off there. So cute. So cute. Okay, so I think I'm finished with this guy. I think it looks really good. I think it looks great. Nice little gift for somebody. Maybe you're gonna go on a little trip and you just want a little something to take with you. Super cute. Also, our little folio that I just basically glued the 2 pages. I sewed around the edges, added some pockets and tabs. It would help if I was in frame. So I hope you like this one as well. And remember, I said how cute it would be to have like a narrow, like a traveler's notebook size. Well, never let it be said that Nick the Booksmith left you hanging. So I made this little guy, and it is traveler's notebook size, and it says day book on the front. It has this little leather-like little slide thingy that keeps it closed. There is a little date tag on the back and some little things hanging off the thing. And so if you open this mamma jamma up, when you open it up, I lined it with ledger paper, just some plain old tea stain ledger paper, and I put a little pocket in the front. Again, 5 pages, and then another little pocket here in the back. So, kids, thank you for hanging out with me today and letting me take up a little bit of your time. I hope you enjoyed this little project process thing. If you too are having a day that sounds like a tragic Adele song, go get your stuff and get some scrapbook paper and make yourself a little folio or a little book or a little traveler's notebook insert, something. And just an FYI for the students, so those of you that have taken either a full book making course or one of the courses where we make a book cover, this marble paper printable is in your materials area, your course materials area. I uploaded this this graphic. This is some marble paper that I did yesterday, and I loved how it came out. So I scanned it, and then I made it ready for you in Photoshop so that you can print it out and use it in your books. And also the Booksmith folio, it's in that one too. The only 2 that it is not in is the hollow back binding and then the embellishment course. Oh, and the eco stamping, because that didn't really have anything to do with it, did it? So, but all of the other classes, books and book covers, This graphic is there. It's free. It's ready for you to download and use in your books. So go get it. Go get it. Go get it. But you don't have to use these papers. Use anything you want. It's going to come out great no matter what you use. So yeah, so I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again super soon. I will probably do a journal with me, you know, in a couple of days here. And yeah. All right, kids, have a great day, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.